Welcome back to our farm here in Baldeykino and Farming Simulator 22. Last episode, oh yeah, I showed you guys the new tractor that we got. It's sitting over there, somewhere over there. With the tipper, we got a 2012 Belarus tractor. It's got 212 horsepower. Oh, now we can see it up there. So we got a new tractor for the farm, but it cost about all the money. So we took on a contract for Boris here, harvesting his soybeans. And this is where I left off last episode. We left off here with this contract. So last episode, we kind of caught up on some things around the farm and then showed you guys the new tractor. I was really happy. I mean, it's one of the best purchases I've made. I mean, I've been around here quite a bit and I've never felt quite so accomplished buying a tractor. I really like it a lot. Anyway, So we started this contract last episode, and here we are harvesting soybeans. Now, so last episode we took the first trip down. We're taking these down to the fish farm, far northeast of the map. There's a little lake there and a fish farm. That's where we're taking these soybeans. We're about to take what should be the last trip down there, and then the rest of the soybeans should be ours to keep. And I was thinking about what I want to do with this, and then also the fact I checked last episode, and yes, we do have wheat from a prior harvest in the silos. And we recently, a couple episodes ago, we started with our pig pen, which is right next to our house. We have a pig pen there. So if you guys want to catch up on the series, there's a link below if you missed any episodes or whatever, but I kind of just caught you up a little bit to our farm here in Siberia, in Baldeykino, this map. And so what I'm thinking is, I was thinking using some of the wheat we had left over to supply our pigs. Let's finish this here, and I'm thinking, I'll continue that thought in a moment here. I'm thinking if we get this tipper here 85% full, that should be all of the soybeans that we need for this. This says the contract's 90% completed. This delivery here should finish it off. Oh yeah, also last episode I did a bit of this, and I think, well, we can have this up. I don't need that. I think I got pretty good at swinging this around. Let's see here. Once the pipe comes down. Didn't I put out the pipe? I thought I did. There we go. I thought I had the pipe out. Let's see. I was kind of driving some with seat camera, and yep. Yeah. I got fairly accomplished at that. Let's let that run. And yeah, I may get back to that later. Let's see. We want this about 85% full. I don't want too much. If we have too much, then it'll sell the excess and we won't get to use it. And I'd like to use it for our own farm. Now, let's get just a little bit more. Oh, is that all there was? Wow. Man, when I estimate things, I estimate pretty good. So my estimate is that this should finish the contract. Man, why 1%? Well, it was a guess. It was a fairly accurate guess. Let's go ahead and shut down the harvester. So to finish my previous thought, we've got some wheat down at the silo down there. It's getting about that time of year when we might want to sell it. We could sell it next month for a decent profit. Now, we don't have any pig food. We do have pig food production down by the silo. I had a look at that. I'll get to that in a second here. Let's shut down the harvester. So I was asking around town here, and from what information I can gather, I think the wheat, if we got to feed the pigs, if we have a choice between soybeans or grain, I think the grain is going to be a little more nutritious for them just by a hair, just by a small margin. We already have the wheat in the silo. I think for now what we're going to do is we're going to feed the pigs the wheat grain that we have. We're going to store what leftover soybeans we have here. And that should sell late next spring, I think. Well, we'll store it for now. If we need to dig into it for the pigs, then we can. In the meantime, I want to start making our own food for our pigs, as that just makes sense. So I decided what we'll do is we'll make our farm into a pig farm. I mean, we've got the pig pen. We've got fields, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with the fields just yet. So it all seems to kind of add up to me. So we have pig food production down, actually we're passing it right now. It's down there in the silo complex. We have pig food production. And to make the pig food here, what we're going to want is sugar beets, potatoes, and corn. Now, we have sugar beets down there. There was a large sugar beet harvest earlier this year, and we have about 120,000 liters of sugar beets left over for that. So we've got, right now on our farm, we've got one field prepped for next year, and I wasn't sure what I was going to plant on it. Well, and we certainly have time to prep another field over the winter. We have plenty of land yet to farm. So here's what I figure. We got 2 fields of wheat planted on our property right now. We're going to turn right here so we can get to the fish farm. Almost missed it while I was talking there. And we already got 2 fields of wheat prepped right now. And this will make more sense maybe if you're not following me. When we get back to the farm, you'll see. We've got 1 field open, which prior to last episode I had just finished, and it's ready to go for next year. We've got plenty of time this winter to prep another field. So we can use 1 for sugar beets and 1 for potatoes, 1 for corn. That's kind of what I was saying. So we got a good sized field that I just finished on our farm property, our homestead there, and it'll be good for corn. And then I'll get us a smaller field because the potatoes are going to be really high yield. So I'll plow us a smaller field. Hopefully the proportions work out. We'll see. I'll guesstimate it, right? And so that come about, I believe, about March. Now, that's going to depend on how the winter is, I suppose. We'll hope for a good winter that doesn't last too long. Come March, we'll be able to plant some potatoes, and the following month, get some corn down. And so, with any luck, by this time next year, our pigs will be eating our own homegrown pig feed. Maybe we can even, I don't know, properly turn our farm into a pig farm. That's kind of the plans. It took me a minute to get all that out. I was thinking about a lot as I was harvesting, things we can do and such like that. So up here is the fish farm. Now, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know what part soybeans play in raising fish. It's not something that I've dabbled in. I've not worked with fish, but nevertheless, this is where we're taking the soybeans down here by the water. Now, this is, straight ahead by the yellow containers is where we're going. It's not the easiest place to get in. So, yeah, I guess with all that talking about the pig feed and everything, it was kind of trying to figure out, because we got a lot we've got the pigs, but there's a lot to do to take care of them and such like that. I haven't had a lot of time in going over that to talk about our new tractor, but I showed it last episode. If you were here last episode, you saw it. This is one of my favorite tractors, like officially of all time. I just love it. It's great. It's got reverse drive control, and so last episode I played a bit with the blade on the back because this has reverse drive control. We can easily work the blade on our driveway, and it looks like with some time and patience, I can get the gravel on our driveway bladed down. This tractor having that is a pretty big boon. Also, it puts out over 200 horsepower. It's going to allow the use of bigger tools on our farmland, allowing us to make bigger fields quicker and manage larger farmlands. So everything is working out pretty good here so far. Now, this should just finish the contract. 97%. Jeez, I cut it so close, I actually made more work for myself. Well, that's how it goes. See, I didn't want to dump in too much. I was trying to hit it. I got close, but there's no reward for second place in this because now I have to make a second trip. The thing is, if you deliver too much, then it automatically sells it. I was trying to avoid that as a thing. I was trying to avoid selling too much. So we're just going to tip a little bit next time. What I'll do is, to get back, we want to go this way. We'll just go ahead and harvest the rest. And when I come back next time, I'll just push a little bit of grain out, the soybeans that is. I'll just push a little bit out and stop it. I want to keep as much as we can for selling later or feeding our pigs. Well, that was quite a bit to get through on the drive here. I hope you guys follow, and any comments or input, opinions on that you have, be sure to leave that in the comments below. I always like to hear any kind of input, or especially sometimes I get suggestions on how we can do things a little more immersively here. I'd like to hear that as well. I'm trying to run our farm here as realistically as I can, really, within what we can do. That's the bakery. And here we get to go, yeah, under the highway. That's why I turned off there. I turned off. This seemed like the straightest, most direct route to the fish farm, going under the highway down along the river, and it's a nice, pretty view down here. And it looks like we're going to finish our soybean field. Well, it's not ours. It's a contract, but it looks like we're going to finish that job in time for a late lunch again. If I can get back to the field in time. All right, now for the turn, the uphill turn onto the road. Anyone coming? It's kind of hard to see here. Bit of a blind turn. Come on, little tractor. Get up onto the road. Pretty much, it seems like every turn onto this road is an uphill turn. So let's get back down to field 5. That's where we were harvesting the soybeans for our neighbor Boris. Let's get back down there. I'll meet you guys at field 5, and we're going to harvest up the last of the soybeans. It's not too big a field. It's about the same size as our plot of land out north of town, about 7.5 hectares. It sure looked big when we pulled up, seeing, you know, it looks bigger than our plot of land because our plot of land is many things. We have buildings and separate fields. This being all one big field. I got here and it's like, wow, this looks bigger, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, that was only, I've run a total of 3 trailers of beans to the fish farm. That was only our 3rd delivery, and then we're just going to have one not quite full load here. Let's go ahead and get the tractor over here where it'll be close to where we're harvesting. That's a great tractor. Great tractor. Let's get back to this. This is all rental equipment here. This harvester, of course, is rental equipment. I did show off our new tractor. I took it down to the collective farm, and the guys down there are kind of jealous of that tractor. And that was a lot of hard work that went into buying that tractor. That was, again, you know, that was from the profits from the beet field that was about 6 hours of non-stop harvesting to get through that. But it made us a tidy sum. We got some sugar beets left over, which is going to go into our pig feed, as mentioned. And yeah, the profits are what bought that tractor. I could have bought, you know, for the it was, I don't know, maybe $56,000 or so that I paid for that tractor. For that money, I could have got a couple pieces of equipment. But there comes a time when you just, you know, if I keep buying small equipment to use with our small tractor, we're not going to get anywhere. I was like, okay, let's step up the size on our power. And now when we buy tools, we can buy bigger tools. Of course, we still have our little MTZ-80. It's our front loader, and it's still, well, it's handy to us because it's got the front loader, it's got narrow tires. It'll be handy for things, so we're still using it around the farm. But now we've got 212 horsepower out of that to fall back on that tractor back there, and it'll be able to move bigger implements. Further down the road, when we have more money, MTZ does make an even larger model. I believe it's basically the same series as that tractor. It's the 3522, and that is available at the dealership further down the road for about 3 times the price I paid for that. We could, down the road, we could size up, and that's about the biggest tractor we would need. That said, there's a whole lot of equipment and things available here, so sky's the limit on this map, really, because this is really only a medium-sized field. It gets bigger and bigger. I believe that field out ahead of us actually is about 3 times the size of this field. So there, our farm has lots of room. Our little homestead, which is what it is now, can eventually grow. And what is now just a few small fields on a plot of land can turn into a whole farming complex, and we can have our own fields elsewhere. Yeah, kind of sky's the limit. We started small with nothing but that little MTZ-80. But, well, we've got one tractor. We get to start to some stuff. Great, here we're starting uphill for the last, I think this is, yeah, it should be the last row. Yeah, because I cut this row straight, so this will be the last row here. And pretty much all of this is going to be ours to keep because, yeah, you saw we're 97% on delivering it. So we'll put this in the silo for now, and then that way it won't really, its price won't be primed to sell until maybe like June or something, I'm guessing. So we'll keep it, and if we don't use it for the pigs by then, we can sell it. So this will be good extra grain to have in case we need it. You know, 'cause as of right now, we only have 10 pigs, and they're just piglets. They won't be ready to breed until well, next spring. That's true. So come spring, unless we buy more pigs, we're still only going to have 10 pigs. So that works out, I guess. They won't hit puberty, is what I'm saying, yeah, until like May or so. And for the pigs, we have options. I think for now, just raise them and keep them well fed and everything. This map, among the many productions, does have a meat smoking plant. I think that's the smokestack you're seeing over there, over the trees. I think that might be, yeah, that is it, because that's where we deliver the sugar beets. No, then that would be the sugar plant. Yeah, never mind. That would be the sugar factory. Well, it's over yonder somewhere on the other side of those trees. There's a meat smoking plant. Just don't tell the pigs I said that, but if we can get successful with the pig farming, that might be, it might just be a fun way to go. All right, and there is the last of the soybeans. We are done with this Coloss harvester, although it's been a joy to drive. It was fun driving the new rental equipment. We can just go ahead and leave this here. Let's see, so whatever's in the tipper, which is what's here. Okay, so we're not going to have a lot of soybeans to ourselves. About 6,000 liters, but hey, you know, we did a good job. We got 100% completion on the field. I guess the thing is, you know, they don't necessarily expect us to do such a, you know, as good a job as we did, so we have unaccounted for soybeans, basically, I guess is what I was saying. Just a little bit left over in case we need it for our pigs. So let's get this all buttoned up. There we go. And get this shut down here. Well, let's go ahead and let's get this off their field. I mean, let's do them the courtesy of getting the equipment off their field. I've got the header trailer for this parked over here by the rental tractor. We can park the rental equipment over here. All right, so we'll just drop the header off. Oh, that did not just happen. Really? Well, I've been down this road before, and there's no way we're getting that back. All right, so that header, yeah, I made a remark last episode about how it will not attach to that trailer, and it doesn't. Go figure, it's something to do with these Coloss harvesters. The header just won't attach to the trailer, and this one, sure enough, this one fell off. So, well, there's literally no way to get that back up there. So we're just gonna have to leave the equipment here, because if I pull that, I've been down this road. If I pull that tractor forward, even though the header won't snap onto these trailers, it's attached enough that the trailer would drag it and get it all cattywampus. Gonna have to just pretend that didn't happen. All right, let's get back to this tractor and let's deliver the last load of soybeans. All right, get this thing moving here. The trailer is pretty heavy. The tractor, I mean, once we get going, it'll pull it pretty good. Well, we don't have a full load here like we did. When this trailer was, what, 85% full, it was moving fine down the road earlier. I didn't remark on it, but starting from a stop with a 20-ton trailer, kind of struggling up the hill. But yeah, we got it going now. The trailer is only 22% full this time. So we got the rental equipment sitting there, sans the trailer, which we'll just take with us. Oh, car coming. All right, and I'll meet you guys down at the fish farm as we deliver this last bit of soybean, and we'll see what's left for us. And I want to get started on what we're doing to set up our farm for the pigs. Now here we got the fairly sketchy bridge, but yeah, which I noticed the first time I came down here with a full trailer and went over the bridge without thinking about that. Luckily, it could handle the weight of a full trailer, so we know that now. But yeah, it looks just slightly sketchy, but it's big enough for our tractor. You know, that last load we just took, the first load of the video, and I mentioned that I was trying to get the trailer 85% because I thought that would finish this off, and it filled 1% short, and then yeah, we finished here just short, you know. Maybe if we had just squeezed out just a few more beans, it could have been 85%, and that would have been it, and I wouldn't have had to make this extra trip. But there's no min-maxing when it comes to farming. Yield is going to vary with where you're at, what you're doing. Whoa, white tractor, watch out for the supports there. All right, now we're just going to offload this tiniest bit here. It likes to overshoot it and then start selling it, you know. So we're just going to start this. And yeah, see, we made 12,000 somehow on accident. How much did we lose? Yeah, it happens. All right, that's okay. The contract should be complete, yeah, because it says we oversold some. It's okay, $12,000. And we still have 2,000 liters left. Not much, but if our pigs need it, it'll be handy to have. Yeah, I still oversold some, but it's okay. So that contract... Well, let's go drop these soybeans off, because I don't want to complete the contract yet. If I complete the contract, it will return the trailer and we'll lose the soybeans. Now, I just thought of that, because I almost did that just now. So we're going to run this back to the silos. After making 4 trips out here, now I know the way back pretty well. Hey, better than the that sugar beet job that we took. That was 33 trips. Oh my gosh, 33 trips over 6 hours to the sugar plant. Boy, I know where that place is now. You could definitely bet your money on that. I'm hesitant to pick another sugar beet or potato job. Growing them on our own property, that's different. That is totally different. It's still a lot of work, but then it's all our own, you know. Even though we were getting paid to do it, yeah, I see there's a side road there I could have taken. Even though we were getting paid to do it, it won't be as bad when we're growing our own potatoes and it's on our property. So I'm going to get this down to the silos, which is actually not too far. I'll catch up with you there. All right, as we pull up to the silos here, I was kind of thinking about... So we made 12,000 there, which is also... We're going to make... That's about what the contract pays. So the surplus beans that were sold was profit, and that's about the same as the profit from the contract, which is usually what happens. Usually, you know, you get the contract, pay, and then the leftovers usually sell for about that much. So with that extra money, I've been talking about wanting to give back to the community here. We got a little extra money. I wouldn't call it extra money considering I just spent a fortune on this tractor, but we do have more than I suspected. What we can do is recently took some lime from the building down there, which is kind of everyone kind of takes from it and gives as they can, and I figure that we can use some of our money, deposit these soybeans here in the silo, so we've got those for later if we need them. And while we're here, let's take the wheat for... Oh, no, we'll get our own trailer for that. So what we can do with our money, let's go ahead and do this right now, is we can get us some lime and kind of give back some of what we took. So let's buy... Let's see. Let's go ahead and get some lime to take down to the... of course, we're going to use some of it. So let's get maybe this much lime, because we're going to use some ourselves to lime our fields, and then I want to have some to give back. So that still leaves us with like 10K profit just off the extra crops that we accidentally sold. And now that we've... Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with what I'm doing here. Let's go ahead and drop this trailer off and go get our own trailer, turn in the contract. So yeah, what I'm saying is I just bought the lime. Well, we got fields on our property of lime, which we'll get to there in a second. And I want to return some of the lime we've been taking from the building over there. Yeah, I'm going to try to, when we have the extra money, give back to the community when we can. So that contract is done. Now we can turn that in. The pay should be 11.5, somewhere between there and 12,000, I believe. Let's see, collect. Oh, 12,000. Okay, cool. Collect. All right. And they should have taken possession of the trailer back. Yeah, I believe so. And everything else. There's our income from that. All right, that's great, because last episode we had about $11,000. And we've got, yeah, another, $22,000 on top of that. That's great. It makes back some of what I spent on the tractor. After buying the tractor, our money dipped so low. I mean, we had so much money, and then... But again, I do believe this tractor was just a necessity, something we needed. What is the quickest way back to our farm? We want to hang a left. Although the mud that's kind of been a problem on and off shouldn't be an issue for this tractor now that we have not only more rubber on the ground, but four-wheel drive. And that said... yeah, I'd like to find a way. That's another way we can give back to the community when we have the time, is work on some of that mud removal. It seems like right now there's a lot of things going on, though. I'm going to get back to the farm here. Let's go, yeah, we're going to get our trailer and get some wheat in it for the pigs. So I'll catch you guys back at the farm, which is right up ahead. All right, so here we're pulling up to our farm, and you can see that, so there we got our wheat planted there, and then up here, this is the field that this was finished prior to last episode, and this right here is where we're going to plant the corn. That'll make a nice cornfield. There we also have wheat over there. I like riding inside the cab of this tractor. It's got a very nice cab in here. Nice sound too. And so what we'll be doing this winter is we're going to we got room for, I think a long, narrow potato field would work good here. Potatoes are going to work best planted long, narrow fields, because working with the potatoes is so narrow, you know, because, well, it takes so much horsepower to dig those things out of the ground. That's my understanding of why, but it's going to work best long and narrow alongside the cornfield there. So we'll work on the third field, or I guess technically that'd be a fourth field there. Let's get our tipper. Now, I worked some on the gravel here. I think my solution is going to work, and I'll get back to you guys when it does. You can see here I've used the blade on this tractor and smoothed out some nice, decently flat patches here and there. Still, I'm determined to make this project work. I'll get to work one way or the other, even if I have to pay to have it done. We'll see. I don't know. Again, it's an experiment. I wanted a smooth gravel driveway, but even with the blade, it's pretty... If nothing else, it was a great, awesome, unique use of field stones, and it was a shot. I may give up and just have it graveled. But anyway, let's grab our little tipper over here. Well, look at that. I just came to the menu, and I checked what was on sale earlier today, but another Belarus tractor just came up for sale. That is really cheap. That's almost so cheap we can't afford not to buy it. An MTZ 950. I mean, do we need another one? No, but wow. Well, that's something to think on. Can it attach a front loader? Good question. I didn't expect to see that there. I opened that up to see it can attach a front loader. Well, it's the same series of tractor that we have. It's the 800 to 1000 series. Ours is an 800. This is a 950. That's something to think on. It's only going to be on sale for the rest of today. It'll probably be off that list by tomorrow. Then again, we've got ours... Did I say 850? It's an 85. I mean, 805 is what I mean, you know. I hate to see it go, but we don't need it. Now, if it was like the 1200 series or something, that'd be different. Yeah, well, I went there. Oh, yeah, I know why I went there. Okay, I was going to check the dump capacity of our dump truck here, and its capacity is not enough. So we're going to take the trailer. I was looking for a quicker way to get down there and get the wheat. So we're going to take this. It'll actually more than fill this trailer, I believe, but this will hold more. It's the only tipper we've got right now. And apparently we haven't used it much, or maybe I washed it off. Yeah, as much as I like to have that tractor, it's well, I do love those tractors. I would almost buy it just for collectability. And I may yet $5,000, but you know, I could put that towards other things. Whoa. Yeah, you know, I keep saying it every time I drive over that gravel, so I should probably just fix it. I'll get it fixed soon. I won't say anything else about it. I'll just get it fixed and stop complaining about the bumpy driveway. So, yeah, that's going to make a nice cornfield then. So I'm going to run down to the silos, get our wheat, and we're going to bring that up here to the pig pen, which is right back there behind those trees. I haven't fed the pigs yet. Oh, you know what else they need? That reminds me, they also need straw for bedding. I haven't taken them any straw. So we got a couple things to do with them. So I'm going to grab this wheat, and I'll catch back up with you guys after that. Oh yeah, one other thing we did to the property here. We did it a couple episodes ago, and I haven't used it much. I put a road in here, connecting our main property with the pig pen. So let's use that. Why not? I was coming back with the wheat to feed the pigs, and I figured, yeah, let's use our road that we put in here so we get back and forth. I'll make more use of this. Maybe, yeah. Well, as we get the homestead developed, we can get some infrastructure. Now, I haven't fed the pigs yet, but I believe where we feed them is right up here. So we're going to see about that. And backing this trailer up could be a tad tricky. Let's see if we can pull it up this way. You should be able to. I don't know if we need to open that or not. Alright, it looks like we either got to open it or pull up on top of it. But I think this is where it goes. Do we open this? Oh, yeah, we do. Very well then. Alright, so we're going to have to back this trailer up. It's always tricky backing these up. What you want to do is lock the axle or block the axle on the front. But we're going to have to straighten it out to do that. So let's kind of get it up here at a decent angle, because once we do lock the axle, they don't like to turn, so you kind of want to have it at the right angle anyway. Alright, that should be it, unless I change the key for it. Now it's the struggle of trying to turn a trailer with fixed axles. But it's about the only way to back one of these up. But we got it, I think. We can do better than that. Takes some... Whoops. That didn't happen. You didn't see that. It takes some grunt when the axles don't turn. But I don't know of another way to back these up. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our pigs fed. So this will be some... This will be some grain for them. They've got water. It's not the best food for them, but they're just little piglets. It'll work for now. That said, little piglets should have all the healthy stuff that they can, but I'm working with what we've got. Next year, I'll have some good food for them. Let's go ahead and let's move this out of the way, check on the pigs. There's room for 300 pigs in here, and we only have 10 at the moment. A little starting group of piglets. Here they are. Yep, they got food in their bins. And where's their water trough? Well, it should be, yeah, right there. It says they got 8,000 food and 3,000 water. It's got to be enough for just 10 piglets. What they need now is straw, of course. This, I assume, is just for looks over here. Yeah. So we're going to have to source some straw. And now we got lime waiting for us down at the dealer. We need to pick up. Yeah, that's right. That's what I was going to use this trailer for. Now that this trailer is empty, we can put some lime in it. Might just buy some straw, because we'll have our own straw next year when we harvest the wheat, but the pigs are going to need some bedding over the winter. So let's, we're going to want to just break down and just buy a few bales of straw, I think. For now, we can go get our lime that we purchased. All right, so we're just pulling into town, and I had a great idea on the way here. I want to give back to the community. I have a great way to give back, and not just giving them lime. What we can do is, remember that used MTZ tractor that's on offer right now? It's only $5,000. What we can do is, if we really want to help the other farmers around here, and I do, because they've helped us a lot starting out on our farm, what we can do is we can pick up that tractor for $5,000, get it fixed up, put a loader on it, and we can park it down there with this lime. We can take this lime down there with it and leave it down there by the lime building, so that when other people want to load lime, there's a loader already there for them. I think that would be a great way to give back to the community. I think it's a great idea. I don't see any issue with that. And that solves my issue of really wanting to buy that tractor. Now we can. And we'll leave it for everyone to use as a community loader. Let's get this lime loaded up. Actually, let's go ahead and see about that purchase here. So this guy right here, I'm going to see what I can work out with the... why did that say $25,000? Wait a second. Only if we can get it for $5,000. Now it says $25,000. Where are the options that are... Maybe this is going to kind of dash my whole hopes there. I can't afford that much. There's no options on the thing. Base price options plus 20 grand. Yeah, I didn't see any. Is it the wheel brand or something? No, it's... I've seen... There's some machines do this. So much for that. That was a great idea. You know, that was, darn it, that was just a fantastic idea. Maybe sometime down the road we'll do that. But apparently this tractor, oh, it's such a beautiful tractor. Apparently it comes with $20,000 worth of options we can't afford. Well, one of these days we'll be able to do that. For now, what we can do, see, yeah, they've unloaded the line for us here off the train. We can do the rest ourselves. Well, it was a great thought. But yeah, for now we can give them the lime. So you need to get this loaded into our trailer here. See, oh, okay, good. We can pick it up from this end over here. Well, somehow I was able to get two. I'm not one to complain, but that looks a little... we strap these on here? No, this doesn't have straps. Well, we'll just be very, very gentle with it. If it wants to grab two, who am I to say no? Let's very carefully get these over here. There we go. Let's get our trailer loaded up with this. Yeah, it's going to take a second. Oh, well, that can speed us up. What did I do wrong? There we go. All right, there's our sweet spot. Yeah, I'll just kick it here for a second, and we'll get this lime loaded in no time. If we can pick two more up. Let's try for it. I think we might have. Yep. Let's tilt it back a little bit. Nice and easy. You know, I may have told this story before. I'm not sure. I used to work at a warehouse. We moved stuff by forklift all the time. And the guy I was working with, he was doing kind of this maneuver. Well, except not quite as gentle as I just did. He lifted up a... we were assembling motorcycles and personal watercraft, such like that. And he picked up a jet ski, and he was kind of in a hurry. We were moving really fast. He picks it up at the forklift, and he starts raising it up. As he was backing up, he kind of did a maneuver, like as he was backing up and turning around, he was lifting it, and as he turned around, he went to lower. He was trying to do one smooth motion, but accidentally bumped the lever and tilted the forks forward and dropped a $10,000 watercraft from about 15 feet in the air. I was working on a motorcycle over, in my bay, and I heard this crash. I turned around, and there's a freaking jet ski just destroyed on the floor of the warehouse. So, yeah, that said, it goes to tell you, yeah, be careful when you're turning and lifting and moving a forklift that you don't lose your load off the forks, because I've seen it happen. All right, so me passing time with one of my silly stories, I think just filled up our wagon there of lime. Yeah, it looks pretty... Oh, wow, that exactly filled it. Well, there was 4 of those, 2,000 each in an 8,000-liter trailer. That'll do it. So let's get this down to the building. What we'll do is I'll just dump it there. I'll bring down our little tractor, a little loader, and I'll get it loaded in there. Probably I'll do that on my own time, because it's going to take a second. If we're going to leave a loader down there for the community to use, which I think would be a great idea if I could find a loader cheap, which I thought I had, but hey, maybe a loader down there that had a bigger bucket would be good, because our little bucket on our little tractor is going to take, well, presumably 8 bucketfuls to get this into the building. That said, some of this lime is for our own use. Well, either way, I'm going to have to load it. If it's into the building or into another trailer, I got to load it regardless. We'll get it down there. I'll get it sorted out. So I'll meet you guys down at the lime building. All right, so here we are here. Just need to wait for this traffic to kind of... A bunch of cars coming. Now, I don't know how close we'll be able to get this. Now, we still got 4,000 more lime sitting back at the train down there by the shop. I'm not sure how much of this we'll need for our property. The future cornfield I showed you on our land still needs lime, and so too will the potato field, which I've yet to plow. And I'll be working on some of that in between episodes here. I'll get some stuff started. Let's see if we can hook this around. See, there's not much chance I'd be able to back this in, and even if I could, I wouldn't be able to dump it precisely in there. But we can kind of try if we can... Actually, if I did it just right, we potentially could. If I could do a really ninja maneuver. I didn't think there was this much room to turn around here. If we can But you saw how difficult this thing can be to turn with its axles blocked. And lime is heavy. It's not going to want to. But I will try. Alright, let's see here. Well, you know what? I lined this up a pretty straight shot. We don't have to turn it much at all. Wow. Hey, how about that? Don't count your chickens before they're hatched. I was able to get it right up in there. So we'll just add this to the community lime pile. If I can keep its weight up there while it dumps. How about that? Now all we got to shovel out is just what we need. And other farmers can help, can benefit from what we were able to put in here. I'm glad we were able to put some back because we've taken out, lime to cover our current fields. All right. So I'm glad we were able to get that done, even if we weren't able to bring a loader down here. Thanks a lot for coming along with me, guys. There's fun stuff to do next time as I'm going to work on this, getting our, kind of starting the foundations for our pig farm, getting the what will be a, let's unblock the axles, getting what will be a potato field on our farm, and I'm going to keep an eye out for equipment that we might need that might go on sale for that. So there's stuff to do to prepare for that. Other things, we may take on contracts. Who knows? There's a lot to do here in Baldeykino. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. And I'll see you next time in Farming Simulator 22 here in Baldeykino. Tell me what you think in the comments below. See you guys next time.